So in this lesson, we're going to talk about how to graph a parabola and the directrix. So this is a unique type of parabola. I know for most of you who are already gone through Algebra 1, you're just used to a quadratic equation, but here this is most likely an Algebra 2 pre-calculus kind of topic. We're going to be talking about the parabola and also its directrix. So we're going to start by describing the types of parabolas that we have and that we can draw. We'll also examine the relationship between the focus, the vertex, the directrix, and then the direction of the opening of the parabola. And we'll look at some steps that I highly recommend you follow when you're trying to graph a parabola, if you're given the vertex and the focus, or whatever the situation may be. I want you to follow these steps, and then we'll do some examples together applying these steps. So what are the two types of parabolas? We have the vertical parabola. So it opens upwards and it also opens downward. That's the vertical parabola. We also have the horizontal parabola that opens to the right and one that opens to the left. These are the two types of parabolas that you're going to see. So how are the focus, the vertex, the directrix, and the direction of opening, how all of these things related? Let's look at a few pointers that you have to have whenever you're trying to draw a parabola, especially when you have to deal with the directrix. So the vertex is midway point between the directrix and the focus. What that simply means is that the distance from the vertex to the focus is the same distance from the vertex to the directrix. The distance from the vertex to the focus is the same as the distance from the vertex to I just said that. And the direction of the opening is determined from the direction from the vertex to the focus. So here we'll look at some examples here as we talk about this direction of opening. What I would say to you is, if I had a parabola, for example, let's draw a parabola. Let's do a horizontal one, since that's one that you're not all that familiar with. So what you want to think about is the vertex is here. The directrix is always away from the vertex, but the focus is inside the opening. So you can see that. So the direction from the vertex to the focus determines where the graph is going to open to us, because the focus is inside the opening and the directrix is away from the directrix. The vertex points towards the directrix, but the focus is inside the opening of the parabola. Let's look at some steps here and then we'll do some examples. It will all make so much sense. So what are the steps for graphing parabola? So you want to find the distance between the vertex and the focus. Why do we need that? We need to get P. Find the direction of P, the distance from the vertex to the focus. Identify the directrix and the type of parabola. So the directrix is going to always be the same value of P, but this time from the vertex to the directrix in the opposite direction of the focus. And then we're going to draw the parabola at the vertex. The focus is inside the parabola and the directrix is outside the parabola. I think I walked through that already. So let's put all of this together and draw some graphs. So draw the graph of a parabola and the directrix if the vertex is at the origin and the focus is at -4, 0. So this is our vertex right here. Vertex is at the origin, focus is at -4, 0. And so what are we trying to do here? We're trying to find the directrix. So from the vertex to the focus, we have 4 units. And so we're going to have 4 units in this direction. And our directrix is going to be something like this, x equal to 4. And we can see here that because the vertex is here and the focus is here, let's put an F here and a V here, the graph is going to look something like this. Let me see if I can get this right. Yeah. So the graph is going to look something like that. So this is what your parabola is going to look like. It's pretty easy, right? Let's do another example. Draw the graph of a parabola and the directrix if the vertex is at the origin, and the focus is at 0, 6. This is our focus right here. So our directrix is going to be 6 units down, which is going to be right about here. So we say y equal to -6. This is our vertex. So let's go this way, and we go that way. So this is what our graph is going to look like, roughly what it's going to look like. Draw the graph of a parabola and the directrix rather, if the vertex is at -2, 3. So this is our vertex right here, and the focus is at -2, 7. So you can see that right here, -2, 3, -2, 7. Oh no, that's wrong. I did negative. So what we're going to do is we have -2, 7. So that's right about here. So we're going 4 units in this direction. So your directrix is going to be 4 units in that direction. So we're going from 3 and we're going 4 units. So we're going to have a graph like this. It's going to be y equal to -1. How do we get that? We're going 4 units from 3 downwards. So 3 minus 4 is -1. And this is our vertex right here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just draw a graph. It's going to look, let me just draw. This is where you're going to have your point of inflection at the vertex. So you go that way and you go that way. So that is what your graph is going to look like. And if you want to go one extra step, you can go ahead and find the equation of the graph. If you want to do that, that's fine. And then one last example here. Draw the graph of a parabola and the directrix if the vertex is at -1, 8 and the focus is at -7, 8. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Let's get our P. Our P from -1 to -7 is 6 units, but we're going in that direction. And so we're going to go 6 units in this direction. So we're going to add 6 to -1. So it's going to be x equal to 5. And so our graph is going to look something like that. So that's what our graph is going to generally look like. I'm not really looking at the intercepts yet. I'm just trying to use this to show you how you come about drawing these graphs. So it's pretty easy to draw the graphs of parabolas when you have the vertex and the focus. These are the basic steps that you need to follow.